Aloha, Lahaina Lee here, and today I'm in a different place because we're off to visit our favorite country bordering the U.S. to the north. Yep, we're headed up to the PH, and I was told in order to blend in, I need to talk about hockey, beer, and drop in an occasional eh? But before we go completely off the grid, and I mean like for the first time in over 20 years, which is both great and terrifying, I need to get you caught up on what's happening in Lahaina and the rest of Maui. June has been one of the most consequential months for Maui real estate and Lahaina recovery in a long time. Bill 88 passed. Lahaina is rebuilding at a painfully slow pace. Infrastructure projects are finally getting underway. And even as 88, which some call a legislative win, as that sinks in, there's still so much that's been lost and taken away. And new questions are already emerging about what comes next. Here's where things stand as we close out June. Let's start with the big news. The Maui County Council passed Bill 88 by a 7-2 vote on July 19. The bill now sits on Mayor Richard Bisson's desk awaiting for his signature. And as of this recording, no announcement has been made, but Mayor Bisson is widely expected to sign it. So what is Bill 88? Bill 88 creates two new hotel zoning categories, H3 and H4, designed to give apartment zone vacation rental properties, those who already have the legal right to do short-term rental, but are losing that right under Bill 9, a new legal pathway forward under Bill 9. Now this is important. Bill 88 does not automatically rezone anything. It creates the categories. Each individual complex still has to go through the Planning Commission review, committee hearings, and council readings. And remember, all three Maui Planning Commissions voted against creating this zoning to start with. Housing Land Use Committee Chair Noelani U'Hadjins was crystal clear after the vote. The bill establishes the districts. Separate rezoning is required for every property that wants to use them. The 7-2 margin is significant, and council members explain their reasoning. Many Minatoya properties already operate as hotels in every practical sense. Keeping them classified as apartment buildings creates regulatory mismatches, permitting friction, and legal exposure for the county and the property owners. As one county council member put it, trying to fit these properties into apartment zoning is like putting a square peg into a round hole. Approximately 4,500 units across 104 complexes are potentially eligible for H3, H4 classification. Here's where I want to be really direct with you. The council vote is done. The conversation has already shifted to what happens next. The straight answer is, a lot still needs to be determined. Three things that do not yet exist. No H3, H4 application process has been released. No official eligibility list has been published. No timetable for rezoning applications has been announced. The eligibility list is now the most important document in Maui real estate. The planning department is required to publish it. When it arrives, it will be the gateway document to every property seeking to pursue H3, H4 rezoning. That list will answer the real question for thousands of condo owners. Is my building even on the path forward or not? That's the document to watch, not just the mayor's signature. And with all the attention on Bill 88, it's easy to forget. Bill 9 is still the law. No amendments, no repeal, and no new litigation filed in the final weeks of June. The phase-out of short-term rental use in apartment zone units is still fully in effect. Bill 88's passage is a major step back in the right direction, but it's the beginning of a new process, not the end of an old one. If you own in a Bill 9 affected complex, get good legal counsel, understand your specific building situation, and don't for a minute think that passage automatically resolves your situation. A pathway now exists. Whether your building can use it depends on what the planning department publishes next. It's nearly 3 years since the Lahaina fires of 2023. Lahaina's recovery continues to move forward on the residential side steadily, but certainly not dramatically. Here are the numbers from the MauiRecovers.org dashboard as of June 2026. 575 residential permits are issued, 220 homes are completed and ready for occupancy, 310 homes are actively under construction, and 352 permits are being reviewed. That progress is real, and I don't want to minimize it, but the fire destroyed roughly 2,200 structures. More than 1,000 property owners who haven't started, can't start, or, this is the part I've said before that really worries me, may have already given up. I've been told that some people who lost their homes and got insurance money and have been forced to rent are running out of the funds they need for rebuilding. Programs supporting homeowners are active and have capacity. The Single-Family Homeowner Reconstruction Program has 50 active applications and room for 250 more. HUD raised the limits for Maui County on June 1. If you were told you didn't qualify before, it's worth checking again. Moving on to commercial reconstruction, and I'm just telling it like it is. It's virtually non-existent. Our state and local leadership has shown no real will to cut through the red tape related to the historic review requirements, the coastal regulations, the infrastructure sequencing, or the permitting layers that are currently just completely blocking commercial progress. However, the Lahaina Royal Complex Master Plan has been formally launched. Some of you may remember that's the area down around the corner of Front Street and Shaw. There have been plans for years, but nothing has really happened up until now, and now community engagement is underway. But the commercial recovery, that's a multi-year effort at best, and nobody should pretend otherwise. On a brighter note, Hot Kapuna Nights has returned to Lahaina Civic Center this week, and planning is underway for the Lahaina Homecoming event scheduled for July 17th through the 19th. That is a meaningful moment in this community's ongoing effort to reconnect with the place and the culture. Next, several significant infrastructure projects are now underway or imminent. The Lahaina Waterline Improvement Project begins construction mid-July. That replaces 20,000 feet of water main over 2 years with added fire hydrant capacity throughout. The Lahaina Emergency Evacuation Route, 2.5 miles, is in active construction planning. Guardrail replacement on Honoapi'ilani Highway is underway with a mid-October completion expected. 5 traffic signals between Shaw and Hina Street will be replaced by the end of 2026. The Lahaina Harbor Railing Project is complete. Blessing ceremony is on July 1st. The playground groundbreaking at War Memorial Recreation Center is set for August the 12th. Mayor Bisson also signed the 2027 county budget into law this month, $1.6 billion. That budget will shape the recovery and infrastructure spending for the year ahead. Now let's talk about Maui's economic engine, tourism. No new numbers yet this month, but the picture remains what has been. Maui's tourism market is steady, slow, and deeply uneven. Ka'anapali and Wailea, they're holding their own and in some cases thriving. Other areas starving, and low rates are not drawing visitors. It's a K-shaped tourism economy. Which side of that K your property sits on matters more than any other headline number. For vacation rental owners, performance comes down to location first, then property quality, management, and pricing. The property's doing well, they're in the right location, and everybody knows the 3 most important things in real estate are location, location, location. For buyers evaluating investment potential, run your numbers conservatively, use current occupancy data, not peak year projections. So the bottom line for June 2026, Bill 88 passed. We'll call that a win. But what that actually means, at its very best, this is just a pathway of getting back some of the legal rights that were already taken away. Lahaina's residential recovery has some momentum. Infrastructure investment is accelerating, but the work ahead is significant. Mayor Bisson's signature is the next step on Bill 88. After that, the Planning Department's eligibility list becomes the most important document in Maui real estate. It doesn't exist yet, and that is the story we'll be watching heading into July. And the tourism market, let's hope things pick up for places not in the upward angle of our K-shaped economy. As always, we're here to help you navigate whatever comes next. Thanks for being with us. And if you like this episode, be sure and hit the subscribe and like buttons so you don't miss anything. Questions? Well, if you have questions or comments, you can reach out to me directly at lee@alohapots.com. I answer every one. That's all for now. So, from the greatest island on earth and the greatest country north of the U.S. border, this is Lahaina Lee saying, aloha, y'all. The information provided in this podcast is for educational and informational purposes only. It's not intended as a recommendation to invest in real estate or any other financial asset. We are not financial planners, certified public accountants, or attorneys. You should consult with a qualified professional before making any financial, legal, or investment decisions. All investments carry risk, and past performance is not indicative of future results.